Do you want to know why so many people are moving to Florida? Stick around because I have the answers. Hey, I'm Chris Kalachis. I've been doing real estate since 2013 and I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. Stick around at the end of the video because I think I have the greatest reason people are moving to Florida that nobody's talking about. Between 2021 and 2022, around 320,000 people moved to Florida, approximately 900 a day. For the last 5 years, Florida has led all other states in net immigration. So why are people coming? Well, as James Carville once said, it's the economy, stupid. Now, to analyze that more in depth, who are the people moving here, and more importantly, where are they moving from? The state that most people are moving from to Florida is New York. So let's compare New York versus Florida. New York's tax burden was ranked number 1 in all 50 states, with an average 12.75% tax burden. Florida, meanwhile, is 6.6% tax burden, which is 45th out of all 50 states. This is true not just for individuals, but also businesses. Florida is one of the friendliest states to businesses because it has a 5.5% corporate tax rate and 0 payroll taxes. Florida has a huge aerospace sector as well as clean technology businesses with over 11,000 registered clean tech businesses in the state. A lot of new tech startups are moving here too. Right up my street is the new ARC Innovation Center, which will be a hub for new tech startups. Florida is also a huge international exporter, 7th in the U.S., and as a business, having the ability to do business internationally is a huge deal. Also, the average home price in Florida is $237,000 according to Experian, and is $305,000 in New York. That's a fifth less than New York. Second reason people are moving to Florida is because Florida's small government response to COVID. We saw during the pandemic what was happening all over the country. Governors granted themselves emergency powers to do anything they wanted, like ban the purchase of paint and the purchase of seeds like they did in Michigan, or stop people from dining out in restaurants like they did in New York, or even shut down the beaches like they did in California. Florida didn't do any of that, and they ended up better off in the long run. When you compare Florida to New York, they have roughly the same population, had very similar statistics for COVID deaths, around 35,000 per 100K population. But the difference is that Florida has the oldest population of citizens in the United States, and they didn't shut down businesses or restaurants. As a restaurant owner, where are you going to want to do business? In a state that'll tell you to shut down, or one that allows you to choose how you manage your risk? And we all know COVID affected the elderly more than it did other age ranges. Yet, even with the highest age population, Florida outperformed New York. The third reason people are moving to Florida is the abundant outdoor living. I remember when I moved here, I was shocked to see 2 women sitting alone on a pier enjoying some late afternoon fishing. 2 women fishing alone without their husbands or boyfriends. Never seen that before, and it's true. You'll be hard-pressed to drive over a bridge in Florida and not see someone looking over the edge with a fishing pole in hand. It's a huge industry of fishing guides, boating centers, and outdoorsman type activities in Florida. I personally love hunting. We got it all down here. Duck hunting, pig hunting, turkey, deer, it's all here. Compare that with New York. I'm sorry, but walking around outside in Manhattan is not outdoors. And while upstate New York has great natural beauty, it's mostly enjoyed by yoga pants wearing hikers and not true outdoorsmen. Here in Florida, everyone's got a fishing pole and they truly enjoy what's on offer, whether it's from a boat or a dock or a pier. People fly to Florida internationally to try their hand at bone fishing and most of all, tarpon fishing. Not to mention the Florida beaches. The Gulf Coast where I live has some of the best beaches with the softest sand you will ever find. 365 days a year, people are out enjoying the award-winning beaches beach culture is unmatched. You set up your beach stuff in the morning, belly up to a bar overlooking your favorite beach for lunch, and then finish off the day with a swim or maybe even catch a crystal clear green flash sunset. Now, there are no mountains in Florida, so those expansive vistas aren't why people are coming. But you cannot overlook Florida's outdoors. Another reason people are moving to Florida is schools. During the pandemic, schools shut down across the country, but not here in Florida. Recently, the state legislature passed a school choice initiative that allows the allocation of money per student to follow the student to the school of their choice if said school was not in their allowed zip code. Personally, I think this is huge. Kids should be allowed to go to the school that is best suited to their needs. Being able to let families decide what school is best for them will create better learning environments for all kids. Lastly, it's the weather. Chances are, if you're from the Midwest or the Northeast, you or people you know come to Florida on vacation during the winter. We call them snowbirds because, like migratory birds, they come south for the winter. Plenty of people take advantage of this by having rental property that gets booked December through May. I personally own a back unit above my garage, and we've been booked on average 25 days a month for the last 5 months. Many people even come to Florida for the entire winter. And that's because Florida winters are about as nice a weather that you can dream of. 5 to 6 months of temperatures in the low 70s, ocean temperatures pleasant enough to wear only bathing suit, and sunny enough for you to return to your snow-covered home with a decent base tan. Now, the summers get hot, so weather can have its downsides too, but during the summer, cool air conditionings are the norm, and with the low energy costs of approximately 10 cents per kilowatt hour compared to 16 cents for New York, you can rest assured that your air conditioning bill isn't going to break the bank. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thanks. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this, and more videos about real estate in my area, which is St. Petersburg, Florida. Like I said, I think I know one other reason people are moving to Florida that nobody else is talking about. The economics is great, the business climate, and the outdoors, all great things. But I think the number one reason that can't be overlooked is the people. People of Florida, Floridians, are extremely nice and welcoming. Here on the Gulf Coast where I live, I have only good things to say about my neighbors, my work colleagues, and the general public that I interact with every day. They say the East Coast has more New Yorkers, and so it isn't as friendly as the Gulf Coast. I cannot speak to that, but I can genuinely say that everyone is extremely friendly and pleasant, and I've had no real incidents that made me think, ew, he or she was an asshole. Anything like that. My wife and I have had a very easy time making friends, and we even have been invited to dinner parties, and it's funny because we're the people everyone knows at the party because our host ends up throwing the party for us. So overall, it's been great. So those are the reasons I think people are moving to Florida: economics, cost of living, the weather, the schools, and especially small government. If you or someone you know of is moving to Florida or thinking about it, needs help finding a place to live or buy, get into contact with me. I'd love to help you out or help out your friends, or even just find you an agent in the area where you're thinking of moving to. That's it. Have a great day and see you on the next video.